Why hello there, fellow florists. Rodamon here. Thank you for tuning in to Flotsam. Episode 10, Saving a Salt-Soaked Seed Lover from His Garden. How am I tossing those out? So if you just click on them, like hold right click or click right click, you toss them overboard. You get rid of it. Easy as that. 45 hours in the game, you didn't know that? Well, you know, I'm a bit of a... No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I try to research the games very, very well, thoroughly, before I start streaming them, so that I don't get hung up on things that I should be able to answer. Basically, I study, and it's a little labor intensive. I'm not gonna deny that, but sometimes it benefits me. But I think ultimately, all the cleanup I'm doing is only really moving the needle very little. I'm gonna need another storage yard. I think that much is obvious. All right, so we're done here. Oh, while I'm oh no, we did get the food. There's an electronic shop over here, which will help out a lot. How's our plastics? Plastics is good. We have 20 floaters, so our plastics have been replaced. Oh, yes. And electronics for days. What to build first? Food or chem lab? What takes precedent in your heart of hearts? So I'm slowly replacing the electronics. The electronics, which should be... I have no idea where my electronics labs is, to be honest. That was maybe one critique I had of the game, which is like, it's very easy to have so many buildings in its like cel-shaded art style that like my eyes start to glass over staring at all the buildings, trying to differentiate one from the other. It's right, like, I'm lost right now. Like, I'm looking for the right production facility, and I just simply I can't find where I produce electronics. I could, in this case, go to the electronics crafter and see what it physically looks like. Oh, it's the one I just moved. There it is. The problem is, as soon as we make electronics, it's being upcycled into advanced electronics. So we're not keeping any electronics. We're effectively replacing all the advanced electronics that I need, which is why the needle doesn't look like it's moving much. But it is moving, believe it or not. Alright, you guys want food. I figured. So, I'm gonna work towards a food truck. And fryer. How is my metal? Because the other thing, making electronics requires metals. Scrap metal. So let's head over to the truck over here, top up our scrap metal, and then look for more electronics before contacting the Botanist. I had queued up 9 advanced electronics to be made, so we're almost done fulfilling that requirement. The game has a, like, do until X, but it doesn't have a keep a required minimum stock, which would be a nice feature to have, so that you could be like, hey, I want 9 advanced electronics, but I want to keep at least 6 normal ones, or something like that. That would be a pretty sweet feature. That way, not everything becomes its last tier of the production cycle. Food cleaning got research that was quick. So as I mentioned before, food cleaning allows you to clean the oily gobblers and wash the oil off. I'm not going to bother building right now because I don't have any oily gobblers. I've been thrown overboard. How's our food? 45? Alright, I'm gonna hit up these potato fields before heading over to the Botanist. And I still don't have the electronics. Oh my god. How many advanced components did I say to make? 9? And we have 11? Yeah, that's the other thing is, it doesn't check what's currently inside of the fabricator for export. It doesn't count this in your stockpiles. So you can easily make more than you intended to if no one's hauling it to the stockpiles. And that's a change that I would like to see made. RimWorld has the same thing, which is like, sometimes it doesn't count if it's not in a storage. So, you know, in RimWorld, for instance, when you make something and you drop it on the ground, dropping it on the ground doesn't count towards its produce until X. So it's the same sort of issue. But in RimWorld, there's a solution that you can set up RimWorld so that it doesn't do that. But here, there is no solution. I miss Dwarf Fortress's level of detail. How dare you? Take that back. And no, I don't. Alright, comfortable housing? I like it. Put our plettle to good use. So the architect's required for the comfortable housing. And comfortable housing is going to help morale, which helps our knowledge gain rate. And then also will lighten the ship, because surprisingly, the reason why I haven't upgraded the gas bags for the duo shacks is, as soon as you go to comfortable housing, it needs gas bags yet again, so it kind of like wastes the gas bags, which is why I wasn't doing it. So once we get comfortable housing, we can make our houses way less. Holy hell, I still don't have electronics? Okay. Let's go talk to the... Ooh. Before we head over to the Botanist, I'm gonna need to cut down all the trees in his biome. Because I'm assuming I don't have any, wood. Yeah, I have 4 dry wood. How much does a regular house compare to the comfortable one? Ooh, that's a good question that I'll have to wait to answer. I forget what the duo cottages weigh. And I don't think there's a way... Oh god, homonyms. The duo cottages weigh 200 for comfortable duo cottages. And the regular ones weigh 120. So they do weigh more. But there's no point in installing the gas bags to make the shacks weigh less to only lose the gas bags in the process. Alright, Botanist. I took the most roundabout way to get to you, but we're here finally. You're welcome. There's just a bunch of plants here? They seem to be moving in. Sine waves? Oh, wait, the signal is changing. Lost 2 today, Tully and Tilly. Roots couldn't handle the air pollution. They fought well, planted their bulbs in a quieter spot, just in case they try again. Over there! I'm so tempted to just, like, chop all the healthy trees here, but, like, I think that would upset someone. Also, the profile of my town kind of looks like a sunfish, which is not a good thing, as sunfish are like sea koalas. They're so unbelievably stupid, it's a marvel that they've survived evolution. So, I don't love how I have a sunfish town, but oh well, whatever. More plants. They're just doing the same dance. The signal is stronger than before. Oxygen output up. Wilt index down. Sunlight filtering helped. They're growing stronger every day. Over there. Hey, look, it's the other plant grove. Who would have guessed? I was looking at my profile picture if it's sideways. Yeah, it does look like my dog Yoda. Easy now, little sprouts. They're strangers, not herbivores. Probably. I don't know. We're pretty herbivorous. Are you talking to that plant? We've come here because we heard your signals. Your field reports? My diary? I've been recording on this little device. It has brought you to me? A moving town? Oh, I see. The plants have plans for me. Huh. Join us. Ah, hear the whispering of the leaves. The plants approve. Onward. So we're recruiting him, and I am not going to chop the trees down, but boy, there are a lot of trees here. These plants have so much to give us. We must return their hospitality in kind. A seed bank would make a fine dwelling. So we're researching comfortable housing. But I'll add seed bank to the next poll. And seed banking, and then also grass walking to the next poll. So seed banking allows you to store seeds. Grass walking unlocks grass walkways and parks, and then they both lead eventually to tree farming, where you can grow your own trees. We should do a raffle timer for Mr. Bramble here. So, raffle timer's up. And then work priorities. So you love landmark interaction and buoy salvaging. Sure. Are we done here? Yes. All right. I still probably need a bunch more electronics, I'd imagine. So let's mosey on over here to this town and see if we can't salvage up some electronics. Oh, tomatoes! We don't have any tomatoes, so that will be the first tomato harvest. If we want to diversify our crops a bit more. Especially once we get the yummy food. Captain, we're picking up several radio signals. Okay, so you know this poll. Specialist to recruit. So we've got the signal, chef, doctor, engineer, aquaculture, or bird. M's be up to you. Come on. Unfortunately, this seems like very rural. I don't think I'm gonna get any electronics out of this place. Oh, there we go. There's a little town. That... Okay, yep. The salvage boat is back. Docked. Metal right now is pretty good. We're really only after electronics, I would say. Which there's barely any here. Now, one of the other things we could do is we could head back into sort of the denser cities for electronics. My only hesitation with that is our pollution levels are rather high, so I think it's probably best if we wait until our pollution levels are more normalized, so we don't, you know, harm ourselves in the process. Also looks like we need plastic junk. And it wouldn't hurt to have a little bit more medicine. And biowaste, for that matter. Oh, I don't have containers? For real? Hold on. Make containers until we have 2. Let's raise this up to 4. And then... where's our tool maker? Containers are already put on an infinite. Okay, cool. We are very low on water. It's probably because we just re-upped the watering for the farms, I'd imagine. It's kind of... yes, yes. Why does the refill threshold keep moving now? I've not been moving it. The game has, and I don't like that. If water was a big issue, we could head over to the leaky water tower too. So, if you're wondering what this is storage capacity. This is weight capacity. This is range. This is water amount. Basically, I'm completely out of water. And I think I am out of water enough that I'm going to go ahead and hook up another electric desalinator with the 0 electronics I currently have. So that's going to be a thing that we'll have to solve. Big Brody, you already have someone? Rerolling? Ken's DIY. DYI, rather. Congrats, you're Bramblebeard. I'll call you Ken's. And I'll end the poll a little early. We're going for the engineer. This is the legendary Wrenchley, broadcasting from what's left of the world. Systems shot, coffee's gone. If anyone's out there, bring snacks. Hello, this is Rattown responding. Rattown? Never heard of it. Not surprised. Been stuck in this rust bucket for who knows how long. Trying to fix my loneliness by building a robot, but these parts are trash. We're a township, an actual ship. We're a moving town. We're looking for other survivors. A moving town? Let me guess. You're low on power? You're hauling too much weight? And you've heard of whispers of a legendary engineer who could fix it all? Yep, that's me. Here's my terms. Rescue me from this hunk of junk. Feed me, water me, and give me a comfy bed to sleep on. Do that and I'll make sure your problems disappear. Send in my coordinates. Deal. Oh, they're very close by. Cool. Despite their obvious proximity, I think, I am low-key in desperate need of electronics, so I might just ignore them for a bit to solve our whole, like, electronics problem. Because I'm just not gonna get what I'm trying to craft unless I take a minute to seek out electronics over everything else. God, I have so many demolition tools, this is stupid. Cheers! Oh no, I'm also out of coffee. Desalinated water, I guess. Only slightly better than goop. So the other thing we're gonna need is a duo shack. Ooh, I don't have enough rope. So we need to get some seaweed for the rope. But I'm gonna want another duo shack, or if I get comfortable housing in time, comfortable shack for the new guy. Sound the alarm, we're out of coffee? Yeah, that's basically how I feel. A sinking sense of dread. Plastic, we could use a little bit. But it's the seaweed that I'm heading to that we need more than anything. Alright, so this desalinator somehow got built, even though I thought I was legitimately out of electronics. But we will queue up water production there as well. And gas bag it. So now we have the double water capacity. Should be good. He seems to be in kind of like a dense, hopefully it's more densely populated area. So that we can get more electronics, because I'm just not having a lot of luck getting electronics here. I'm also going to start planting some tomatoes in this field. Oh, come on. Just do the thing. There we go. I have to wait for them to actually physically remove them. Perfect. I had 7, I guess? Okay. No, I had... Oh, yeah, this is 10 spots. I only had 9. That's fine. Whatever. So I'm going to be... I don't have his house built yet, so I'm going to be rude and just, like, sail right past him. Like, hey, bud. I know I can recruit you, but, it's going to have to wait. Is there blight for the crops? No. There is, like, the whole lack of water, I suppose, but there's no blight as far as I know. Comfortable housing got researched. So we open up the comfortable housing. Ooh, I can actually make a duo cottage. To get one of those in. So now that comfortable housing is done, we can go back to the drawing boards of what you want to research next. So we got fish boat, unbottling, oil power, bridges, fancy parks, oil refining, eel power, seed banking, grass walking. I believe that's the full list. And I think I am going to start boiling water until we have 26. Why 26? So that we have a little bit of room when we want to bleed water towers. How do I still not have electronics? Crazy, man. I've been getting so much electrical scrap. What is using our electronics? Probably tools. I suspect it's being turned into like power tools and stuff like that still. Maybe. But I guess what I'll do is, oh, you know what? I'm out of fish oil for the fryer. But as soon as I get the electronics for the food truck, I'll queue the food truck up. Why do we want to bleed water towers? Oh, what I mean by bleed is like an old term for like draining. Like you bleed radiators. I suppose I should have said drained or whatever. The correct term. Using an old school term. I'm old. Now, did you change your... Yes. Refill thresholds. I guess the refill thresholds just, like, don't stick. I'll stop fighting it. Whatever. Hazelwood. Leveling up. So here is the duo cottage. We're gonna want gas bags, air filter, and then I'm gonna put our OG, like Rayvac and Glitch in there. There we go. We got them nice cottage. And let's slowly upgrade the other shacks to cottages as well, so that everyone's sleeping somewhere nice. But the benefit is comfortable home. It's a huge mood modifier, really pushing them up into the positives. And you guys want grass walking. Okie dokie. I have 2 electronics! But now, because I just upgraded at home, I don't have the plettle. So I have to wait for the plettle. It's always something. Game's like, you want better food? Too bad. So let's put Lisk and Big Brody in this one. And here, as you can see, I still have to gas bag it again, even though the shack version was gas bagged. So, like, if you take a look at the weight here, they weigh the same. So even if you gas bag the shacks, you lose the gas bags when you upgrade to cottage, and that's why I was waiting to do that. What's the home on the left? This is the architect station. It's not a home. And then watchtower on the other side. Also not a home. If we're making plettle, that's plastic and metal. So let's keep grabbing plastics and metals. Because to get all the cottages, all the shacks up to cottages, we're going to need a whole lot of plastic and metal. Alright, here's the food truck. So the food truck is a big honker. You can't tell already. Ooh, it actually fits real nicely there. I can always move it later, so I'm not too concerned. There you go, there's the food truck. It's funny to think that we're building a food truck on a floating ferry, I guess. Like, the fact that it's shaped like a truck is just silly, but this game is silly, so I like it. There's our food barge. And this allows us to make a gobbler roll, which is yummy quality. So up until now, we've had ordinary food, tasty food. And this is kicking us up to even higher. So that is a gobbler and seaweed sheets. The fish tacos is flounder, corn, tomato. And that's yummy quality. And then the fish and chips is fried fish and fries. Also yummy quality. I'm not going to bother plugging... Well, I can plug it into the grid, but obviously I don't have the materials for really any of that just yet. But I also want to get the fryer. So in order to get the fryer, we need the gobbler. Which means I need gobbler fish. So we'll go up and fish up some gobbler fish here in a minute. Alright, we've got a lot more plettle. Do another shack. to cottage. And grass walking got researched real fast. What to research next? I would like to incorporate as much grass walking into our town as possible. So if we take a look at the walkways here, there is a new one, which is the grass walkways. So let's plop one in here as like a proof of concept. So it's, I believe you can, there's also these grassy parks that we can make, which are, so for reference, a wood plaza, a 5x5 wood plaza is a +5, and the 5x5 park is a +5, so they're not different. Are they different in weight? 25, and no, they're not different in weight either. And then the walkways, the grassy walkways do weigh a little bit more, and they cost a lot of planks. But in terms of beauty, it's a net positive beauty for the walkways. Oh, here is another dual cottage. Perfect. Put DJ Daydora and Canadian Hussy in there. So at some point I can try to like redo some of our walkways to incorporate the grassy versions. But I'm not going to worry about that right now. Still desperately scavenging up electronics. One more minute in that poll. Bit of a tie, so if you want to be a tiebreaker, go for it. I guess we technically have room for Wrenchley, so I'm out of power now. Boating around at night, bad idea, because don't generate power from the solar when it's nighttime. Pollution levels are getting a lot more managed too. Alright. Cottage number 4, rather. Alright, let's say seed bank 1. Snarf. Aguvin. And we are destroying our plastic and metal, so that's why I'm sailing around. I know we wanted electronics, but that's why I'm sailing around to get plastic and metal as fast as we can, because I'm diminishing our plastic and metal supply rapidly with these upgrades. But these upgrades are worth it. These upgrades are going to ensure that people are, like, super, like, look at that. Look at that morale. Maxed. It's worth it. My people are worth it. Okay, so the last shack is empty for the new guy. Now, every single person has a gas-bagged, air-filtered cottage. Nobody is in a lower quality home, and we just have one to go. Once I have the plettle and the gas bags. Something else that would be wise is grabbing a whole bunch of the seaweed from around here when we get the metal from the car wrecks. Because the seaweed becomes biogas for the gas bags, and I'm out of seaweed that we've been turning into biogas. We ran that to 0 as well. Hey, Drax. bet I can guess what you were playing, but the shout out will tell me for sure. Vintage Story, yeah, I figured. How's it going? What's the theme of your Vintage Story run? Welcome to the Rust Bucket. I'm ready to get the heck out of here. Are you ready for me to fix your problems? Sure. Easiest deal ever. Hope you get my buck, prep. What's funny is they requested they had a nice bed, and they have the worst cottage in our town. You love this game? Yeah, this game it's cute. It's a very cute game. VS holiday building? Ooh, sweet. Building like, you know, thematic Christmas stuff, I imagine is what you mean by holiday. My series, I'm doing like the exact opposite. Oh, yeah, raffle timer's up for Wrenchley. And Wrenchley's cottage is now air filtered and gas bagged. Work priorities for Wrenchley. Wrenchley, you are going to be high priority fish, medium priority buoy, and landmark. Because I don't actually have anyone that likes to fish up until now, so that works out well, I think. And we haven't gotten any gobblers yet. I've been like real lazy. Solid frame, good guts. That's a mighty fine generator you've hauled in. All right. What you need is something that carries part of the weight, a town tugger. Wrenchley tugs the town. Oh, God. I'll research up a blueprint, but you got to do your part and find me the resources to build the thing. I will include the weight capacity tugging in the next research poll. I'll just do that now because we're almost getting seed banking. So there's the poll for that. And I'll probably not worry too much about that quest because I'm not overweight capacity yet, so I don't really need to tug the town. Wink, wink. Seed bank is done. So let's finally get the fish oil. I've been talking about it, but I haven't actually done it. Oh God, power, power. There we go. I know the moment the wood fire fires up, because all of a sudden our range doesn't go to hell. Captain, we're picking up radio signals. Not now. So some of these gobblers, I'm sure, are going to become food. Actually, no. They won't, because we don't have seaweed. So never mind, I take it back. So they're going to become fish oil to allow us to make the deep fryer. Because we ran ourselves out of deep fried fish oil. We're also getting some tomato harvests, so let's go ahead and plant another one. If we wanted to get fish tacos, that would be flounders plus corn and tomatoes. And we're starting to grow tomatoes, but we haven't yet found corn. So that's another to do. And something keeps using our fish oil because I see the fish oil tick up to 1 and then tick back down to 0. So I don't know what's in the queue, but once we fulfill the requirement, it's probably gloves. I know gloves require fish oil. What else requires fish oil? I think just the gloves. All right. You guys, I'll do town tugging. One by a vote. Salesmen require fish oil? No, that's snake oil. That's a bit different. Where is my fish oil going? I am actually very confused now. Because I don't recall having any other processes other than making protective gloves as requiring fish oil. Oh, lubricant, but that's not on an auto-complete. So it wouldn't be the lubricant. Yeah, I'm not really sure where it's going. It's going somewhere. Someone thinks it's like Botox and is like injecting it. Or it's... or something, I don't know. New guy, you are Wyland. Rensley to Wyland. That's pretty close. Well, whatever the case might be, we did get a whole bunch of gobblers. So it's going to help with our fish oil needs. And I'm getting even more gobblers over here. Yeah, maybe it's to treat the planks, the treated wood. The reason I thought that that wouldn't likely be the case is we've been sitting at treated planks for a while, but I'm assuming you're correct. How many treated planks did I have to queue up? 10? So yeah, we just exceeded our queue. So yeah, it was probably the treated planks. Thank you for tuning in to Flotsam, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you'd like to catch a live stream of mine, Rodamont.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rodamont.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow seaworthy survivors.